started.
What we want to do is to spend our money smartly when we're trying to do marketing and advertising for our small business. We got to always remember we can't be all things to all people, but we must be everything to some people. And in doing that, it teaches us to target our advertising instead of just throwing it out to the wind in a broadcast situation. So our goal is high performing, low budget advertising for our new businesses. I don't call it the Golden Goose marketing plan tonight. And we don't have a really suitcases don't be packed full. We got a lot to learn, so let's go ahead and get started. No matter how much information we put out there and how you build your plan, I want to say right up front that it needs to be structured with something in writing or a computer file on what dates you're doing what, how much money you're spending this and that. Whether you're doing emails, broadcasting, or advertising with Google, Facebook, whatever you're doing that's costing you money, I suggest that you have a plan, that you write it down and pencil in, and then as your marketing plans progress, make notes as to what's working and what's not. That way, the next season that comes along or next year this same time and you go back, you will have a wealth of information that will save you a lot of work when you're getting started for each season. So structure is important. Remembering that we can't be all things to all people is important. And really, this time of year, and more so than any other time, being smart about seasonal marketing, being smart to know, being savvy and shrewd and mindful to know that each season brings the opportunity for a whole new group of customers. And it takes some good planning to have your information, your seasonal information out there when the season starts. How do I know that? Because I planned in June to have my fall campaign up and running on August 30th, and here it is September 24th, and I hadn't done it yet. So procrastination is so easy to get into, but I promise you, my friends, don't be slapping my hand because I have been working hard and trying to get to it and trying to change their priorities to get things done that need to get done. And sometimes it's just hard to do. So I don't keep slugging along. So instead of kicking off the fall campaign I started to do with autumn and leaves and all that stuff, this week I'm just going to jump right on into Christmas, wintertime marketing and all, because that needs to be out there early so people get into spirit and know that you're in the spirit, and doing that will really help customers find you. But the old golden goose is the structure. That's the structure that we're going to stay with, because that golden goose marketing campaign will help you to know that even when times are bad, if you're following the structure right by each step by step, you will have a sustainable business. You may not have as much as you wanted, but you'll stay in business when other people are gone because of slow business times. My name is Steve Carver, and I'm talking to you from Dunn, North Carolina. This is my presentation number 1135, so thank you for joining me on my journey through entrepreneurship and letting me be a part of yours. I tell you right up front, I'm not a lawyer or an accountant. I don't pretend to offer advice on subjects that I'm not trained in, but I will tell you this. After 65 years in business, I've developed a lot of strategies and did a lot right. I've had about 12 businesses of my own, probably over 25,000 employees through the years, and a lot of experience here. And I'm glad to share with you the good and the bad to try to help you avoid pitfalls and mistakes that I've made. But if you're after good advice, I'll give you what I've got, but your small business center that's close to you has a director there that will be glad to help you. And we're sponsored tonight by the Small Business Center at Nash Community College. That's up in the Rocky Mount area. And Ruthie Holloman is our director, and she does a fabulous job, not only with her webinar support, but also helping people there at the office. And several of y'all live in her area, so I hope that you've met with her and are taking advantage of all that she has to offer. You can call Ruthie at 252-451-8344. That's 252-451-8344. If Ruthie doesn't answer, Shania probably will, and she'll be glad to help you as well. She's new on board and doing a fantastic job, and Shania, I'm certainly enjoying working with you and appreciate you getting the information out to all the folks. Tonight, we're going to focus on marketing. The next week, we're going to focus on how to use the tools we're talking about tonight, how we're going to use those tools to help find, attract, and keep customers. So these 2 weeks are the go out and find customers and teach them how to find you. That's what our goals are for these 2 weeks. And after last week, I hope that each and every one of you will look at these different ideas and strategies and figure out how you can put them to play in your business and keep working on your homework and see if you can make it happen. Your main handout tonight is 1135. That's the outline. And you're going to have a whole package of files coming in. They're all important. But I really want you to take a focus on, because I'm not going to be able to spend a lot of time on them tonight. But the time it is here, as I mentioned earlier, to think about how you can beef up and design your winter marketing strategies by using slogans and lots of other ideas. And my assistant, Abigail, has developed 2 great handouts for you. So please consider those important reading right now and see if you can find some ideas in there that you can put into play in your marketing efforts, and it might give you some really good ideas, and therefore you might get some customers that you wouldn't have otherwise. So these study guides are very important. Remembering to remind me that we are made to do so much more. I can't, you can. I don't want you to give up on me, but mainly I don't want you to give up on yourself, and I certainly won't either. We are here to help you, so take advantage of that and know it, feel good about it, because we will indeed do all that we can to help you move forward. It's up to you how much information you take and actually apply, but either way, whether you're just sitting back and enjoying or moving forward as hard as you can with your business, that's a good thing. Keeping up with attendance, some of you have been here each night, and this is your 3rd night in a row. If you attend 5 of these 6 sessions, you will automatically get a certificate of completion, and then depending on how much homework that you complete, you may be awarded a membership into the academy and or get some additional certificates as well. Sarah, good to have you on board, just highlighting the people that are working with us. Thank you for your work and contributions. Looking forward to getting more information for you. Truck, good to have you, or Truck, good to have you back with us. And I'm looking forward to getting more information about your flower garden, your flower business over in Whitaker's. Dr. Thomas, thank you for all that you're doing, and wishing you well with your consulting business as you get that started. Alan was with us the first week. Maybe he'll show back up. Looking forward to hearing from him with his headhunter job. David's been very loyal and offering some good work and working hard. And we had a chance to talk earlier and just doing a really good job of moving his tax preparation business. And look at there's Tasha. She's on the screen in 2 places. So how are you tonight? Good to have you on board. Thanks for joining us. And I'm really looking forward to hearing more about the All-in-One Center as you progress with that, if you do decide to pursue it. And thank you very much for the information that you did send. Robbie, good to have you back on board. And I hope some people mentioned that maybe we were talking about you this week and put some ideas together for your business. And certainly the fall marketing campaign, it's time here to do that. I'm looking forward to seeing what seasonal advertising you're going to be putting up. And there's Miko. Thank you for all that you're doing, and I appreciate the information that you sent to us. Miko sent to us her menu of our profit centers. It's a very good start, Miko. So thank you for working on that. And now you can take that. And I appreciate the fact that you put some money values on those so you can plug them into your business plan blocks and get your business plan started. So thank you so much. I want y'all to notice that we got some new faces on our Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates at Facebook. So y'all getting a little exposure there with the team, and so you might want to visit there and make any comments or add information there about your business if you'd like. Please find me and link up at Facebook. Here's what my Facebook page looks like. It's Steve Carver, and it's the blue sky with the sunshine coming through. So give me a like and join, and then I can watch you as you grow your business on Facebook as well. Send me the information, and we'll certainly keep working at it. Cynthia, glad to have you back on board with us tonight as well. So you got to remember something that we often forget. As we're working alone in our businesses, and sometimes we don't have a marketing manager, a paid employee that comes in, a professional to help you. So here's what I want to remind you of. It's up to you and you alone to tell the world how great you are. Nobody else is going to do it for you, and it's got to be done. So some of us are shy and are not assertive and don't feel good about bragging on yourself. Well, as an entrepreneur promoting your business, David and Sarita and Dr. Thomas, we have to let folks know that we are proud to be in business, and folks are really happy to do business with us. And that message has to get out there using different messages. This is a little banner that I use in my email. I use on some web pages. I plug it into some videos. Just letting people know this is a great place to do business. And if you keep reminding people of your slogan and those things, you know what? The more they see it, the more it becomes ingrained in them, and they automatically are saying to someone, you know, that Carver Equipment Company, it's a great place to do business. You put the words in their mouth. It's not making slight. I was like teaching a parrot how to talk. You keep using your slogans, and your customers will pick it up, and your Raven fan customers will use it. So show me some examples of banners that you're using to brag on yourself and let people know that. I know I've got the ugliest face on the internet, but still, it's the best one I got. It's the best one I've got, and I use it. And you know what? I get a lot of comments on that. People will call me up ready to buy something, say, Steve, you really need to get someone else in front of that camera. But you know what? I don't care. They said, Steve, they act like they know me. When you're talking on the internet in your own videos, that is the best thing you can be doing, frankness and being out there for them. If you're a veteran, let people know it. If you have something in your bio that will help people want to do business with you, put it out there. Let folks know. And there's nothing wrong with whether you're a veteran or not, is to say thank you to other veterans, because those people that see that are veterans will automatically feel good about giving you a call or giving an order with you. So whether you are a veteran or not, I suggest that you say thank you to the veterans in your marketing every time you get a chance. It's a good thing to do. And again, if you're a veteran-owned business or a woman-owned business, put it out there. Let people know it in different ways in the ways you're marketing. So everybody that is going to plan to do something related to these bragging on yourself, how about giving me a check mark or something over in the chat board? Let me know that, yes, I will start promoting myself. You are good. Just give me something in chat to show me that you're listening and you plan to do this. This is so important. You brag on yourself, nobody else is going to do it. There you go. Do your best. That's all that we all can do. So some more chat questions now. What does RFC stand for? What does RFC stand for? When you finish this course, you've got to know what RFC stands for. That's right. Thank you all for typing it in. RFC stands for Raving Fan Customer. And in good times and bad times, your Raving Fan customers will keep you in business. In good times and bad times, your Raving Fan customers will mean everything to you. And I am going to teach you how to create a raving fan customer. I made that promise, and I'm going to do it. What are the 3 words that open up upsells and opportunities? What are those 3 words that open up upsells? Type them in, please. There you go. Tasha's right in there with some fast fingers. Here comes Cindy. Sarah doesn't know it. She's forgot it. Oh, me. What are those 3 words? Here we go. Who's got them in there? And they are, by the way. All together with me. By the way. They are going to absolutely show you how to grow your business and make more money than you ever thought you could with different profit items. The key is you've got to have a variety of profit items so you can move people around and do that. Miko, I want to mention to you, you've got some great items, and we need to get in video saying, yes, I've got this, and by the way, if you get this, you also might want to get this, and by the way, this. Robbie, you're doing a great job with that, how one thing might lead to the other in your marketing, so you want to keep that up. Our business cannot be all things to all people. However, it must be, type in please, however, it must be, what? Can't be all things to all people. Yes, Bruce, that's right. Everything to some people. And those some people will become your raving fan customers. If you learn nothing else in this whole series, in this whole course, except by the way, in creating raving fan customers, and then how to use those raving fan customers, this course will have taught you something that'll make you money the rest of your business life. When purchasing items for resale, we should buy below something so that we can sell above something. What is that something? We need to buy below this thing so we can sell above it. What are we looking for? Bruce is right in there. Miko, you're exactly right. It's fair market value. And if y'all will commit this definition to your DNA, it will help you every time you get ready to buy or sell an item. My job is to be assertive and to motivate. Nobody is motivated until someone else is assertive. That's an important thing. We don't need to push assertiveness too far, but it is an important skill for any entrepreneur. Yeah, we don't feel like we need to push people, or we don't need to be put too much pressure on customers, but a certain amount is absolutely a must. Yes, you can go too far with it, but a certain amount is certainly important. I like to use the term constant and quiet pressure in business. That is, I'm always pressuring myself to maintain a certain level of efficiency, of promotion, of determination to create cash flow, a determination to say, and by the way, we have to use assertiveness to make that work. So please give that some thought about how you can become more assertive and motivate your customers. Words of the week. We're in our 3rd week now. What was the first week? Starts with the letter S. What was the word of the week for the letter S? Remember? Oh, yes, y'all coming right in with some good fast fingers. Thank you so much. And it was shrewd. Yes, I want you to be more shrewd, smart, astute. I love the word savvy, clever. Keep being more intelligent and up in the ante with what you do. I was so impressed with Truck as she did basically almost all of her homework the first week. I'm saying that is shrewd. That's being savvy, and I'm so proud of you, and look forward to seeing what that does for you. In week 2, the word started with the letter M. Remember what that was? Here it comes. Very good. And if y'all are putting these words into use in your vocabulary each week, and that's mindfulness. And remembering these words of the week is being mindfulness. But mainly that's saying to us, we have got to keep our radar on all the time. We got to look beyond what's just in our face and understand there's a lot of stuff going out here in our environment. So keep our radar on, and be mindful as to how we can take the skills that we have and the business we have and apply it in certain ways to maintain growth and find new customers. And the words of tonight, I sent you a hint on that in the email today. Tonight's word starts with the letter A. Anybody want to type that in? That's exactly right. That letter is assertiveness. And I've already talked about it a little bit, but here's the bottom line, why I've got it plugged in here. Maybe you're kind of shy. Maybe you're on top of everything. You're a go-getter, but when it comes to moving other people, you got a little problem with that. Well, old Papa Steve over here is here to tell you it's okay. It's okay to pat somebody on the back, and as you're patting them on the back, kind of push them forward a little bit. Or when you shake someone's hand, pull them on into the cell to do what you need to. Being emphatic sometimes is showing that you're self-assured and you've got self-confidence. How can you expect a potential customer to have confidence in you to do business if you're not projecting self-confidence? So that's why I really want you to do this introduction videos. Keep them short, keep them smiling, keep them to the point, so that you are projecting good confidence to folks that have never seen you before, but they hear your voice, see your face, see your smile, and know that you're serious about doing business. That is 90% along the way of creating a relationship. Because when they do talk to you, there's going to be a familiarity there. And if you welcome people to give you a call with using FaceTime or in these video meetings as we're having here, that even goes a little bit further for you. So assertiveness to yourself, to your employees, to your vendors, and to your customers. Make it a positive thing, not a negative thing. You don't want to be pushy. You don't want to be a bully. You don't want to be a know-it-all. But you have got to make sales, and you have got to get orders, so you have a plan how to go along a plan to get there. We'll talk about that planning and forecasting in week 6 to help you get a plan together. Your homework challenges are remaining the same. What I would really love to be seeing, thank you for those of you that are sending me your profit centers. Most of you have already done that. A couple of you have not done your mission, vision, and promise and core value statements yet. Don't put that off. You'll be able to use it so much and be so proud of it. I haven't found some of you on Facebook yet, so let's continue to work towards that. Congratulations on what you've done so far. So that was my job, but your job remains the same. Find the endurance, and I love this word, endurance, to stay in the game, because staying in it, as you hopefully are already seeing in this course, you'll pick up new points every game, every day, new things to help you do it. Moving quickly through the drill skills now, we're up to number 17. What is negative cash flow and what is positive cash flow? That's about as elementary as it gets, right? And I'm sure each of y'all have got a really good definition of it, but I don't throw one out here that's probably not what you're used to. But for me and for this course and what I'm dealing with, here's the way I feel about cash flow. If someone comes into my environment and they've got available money to spend, money they can spend on an impulse, and I've got kind of what they would like to buy. And at the time when they are in my presence, I have a chance of positive cash flow because they're here. My marketing got them here. We're talking. They got the money. I've got a chance for positive cash flow. And I feel good about it. And I'll work towards it. And it's on my mind. But when I see them walking out that door, and I didn't get any of my money out of their pocket, that's negative cash flow. And I want you to have that same attitude when you're talking with your clients or your potential customers. Be true to the game, and true to the entrepreneurial game is always be closing the deal. Look for a way to close the deal. Don't be nonchalant. Don't be non-assertive. Know that you need to be assertive enough to try to close the deal and maintain your high esteem and your confidence. If you show it that you're hungry and you would appreciate the business, you're ramping up your chances to get that order right now. So having the attitude on cash flow to take advantage of the money when it's in your environment and not let it get away, because as it walks out the door, it's open to the rest of the world and all of our competitors. Take it or leave it is a dangerous message to send. If we're merchandising as take it or leave it, this is really serious for you. So there's a lot of folks that are talking about different pricing strategies in the webinars and online. But I want to say this to you. If the message you're sending to your potential customer is take it or leave it, then a large percentage, maybe 80 or 90%, will leave it to go shop for a better deal if they don't feel like they've got any room to talk. But if the message that we're projecting in our marketing and advertising is, here's basically the advertised high price, but there's certain options you have to maybe save a little money, whether you come and pick it up, whether you assemble it, how you pay for it, different options you have that would change the price somewhat. And when we're sending the message to the customer, you've got options here, then that same message is, let's talk. Let's start a relationship. Let's see if we can find common ground. Because especially with big ticket items, the bottom dollar cheap price for lots and lots of customers is not the most important factor. The fact that you're offering the best value, the best service, the best understanding goes a long way. And if all you're saying to them from day one is take this price or leave it, then you're making a mistake. I don't beat that dog to death for the rest of this series because I just know how detrimental it is when a new business is saying take it or leave it and not inviting the customer to have some options. We'll talk about the 3 times rule for someone that's never been in business before. And the 3 times rule is just what when new business people say, I have no clue how to approach pricing, Steve. Do I double the price? Do I add a certain percentage to it? Do I do that? Well, every situation is a little different, but I'm going to give you a rule of thumb to start with. If you take your cost and multiply it times 3, you're headed in the right direction. You're not going to go too wrong by multiplying your cost times 3. It will at least get you in the game and see where you stack up. The 3 times rule is saying, okay, I'm going to pay you $25 an hour to help me in my business. And the minute I say that, I know that I'll do that if I can sell your service for $75 an hour. That gives you $25 to pay the help. That gives you $25 to pay your bills. And that gives you $25 for profit and taxes. And it's the same thing with different items that you're buying. But in the world of retailing, you may or may not be able to charge 3 times as much. But once you put that price out there and then compare it with what else is happening in the market, indeed, you might be able to raise the price a little bit, or you might have to trim it. But that is a good place to start. When you're in a company that probably got 10,000 items like Robbie has at James Trading Company, probably 10,000 items in his store. There's probably some items in that store that he can triple his investment or quadruple it. And maybe there's some other fast-moving items that he has to keep the margins very slim to be competitive. So you need to be savvy enough and mindful enough to keep in mind everything's not always going to be the same margins. We also got to remember that with our different profit centers about bringing in things that people want to bring them off the street, our first-time customers, those items we're probably going to have to trim the margins on them. But the items that we're after repeat business and continuous business from customers, we need to make a little more margin on that so we can have a sustainable income. And then those items that we're after the big ticket sales, we might have to look at some bundle deals and cut the margins on some of the items in the bundle so we can make a good profit on some of the others. So always remember, a good place to start is the 3 times rule and then you compare it. We'll talk about that a little later. The 27 times rule. 27 times. We're going to do some basic math right now. I want you to write this down. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 is the number of times that a customer usually will be in touch with you with an email or a phone call or go to your website or look at your business card. 9 different times to familiarize themselves with you and your company and your product. Customers do that all the time, and they've been doing it for 50-some years. It's that 9 times visit has been here a long time. That's how I came up with this. Even today with internet marketing and shopping on a big ticket item, I'll have customers that visit me 20 times with different questions, this and that, before you make a deal. So they're always looking, but 9 is a good number. Now, I'll tell you that no matter how good you are in your signage, in your placement on the internet, and letting people know who and where you are, they will miss seeing your promotions 2 out of 3 times at best. I don't care how many times you're sticking out there, they will miss it 2 out of 3 times. So I would suggest that we're going to multiply 9 times 3 and say that we need to plan a marketing targeted campaign around 27 different ads. 27 different ads if we want our customers to see it 9 times. That's right. We want to see it 9 times or find us, then we need to have it out there at least 27 times for them. There's a good trick to this, and this may sound like I'm trying to get you to spend a lot of money, but the whole endeavor here is to save big bucks, which we'll get into as well. We can talk about this. Remember that take it or leave it chat that I had? Yeah, come on in, talk to me about this thing I've got for sale, and we'll do some business. Well, what's the price on it? Well, it's $100. Take it or leave it. So they smell the roses and walk on away. Well, let's come in here. The sign on it says $100, including delivery and tax. That's what the sign said. So they come in and say, how about this plant here for $100, Steve? What can you do for me on that? I said, well, like it says, it's $100, and that includes tax and delivery. And then the customer says, well, how about if I deliver it myself? And I would be able to then say, well, we can take another $10 off of it, and that'd be $90. And really pushing it. Well, can't you just do a little bit better? I don't have quite that much money, but I could give you maybe 80. And I said, well, the tax, we take the tax off that, put it right at $80. Let's do some business. Bottom line is, because that sign had $100 includes tax and delivery, that was the message to the customer. Let's talk. Make an offer. Let's chit chat. Let's create a relationship and find common ground. Now, once that door is open, then it's time to put in play yes, if, and no, but negotiating skills. Now, I wrote a book on this. It's on Amazon for sale, maybe a couple of dollars, but I'm going to cover the basics right here for you. But here you go. Yes, if, no, but is saying you don't want to close the deal. If you want this deal and you're not inviting the customer to walk away from it, which take it or leave it, then you have to have the skills to keep the door open. And folks that are new in the game of selling, negotiating, and closing deals don't understand this. So listen close. You want to keep that customer talking. And if someone, I'll give you an example. Let's say that someone comes up to Robbie and says, Robbie, I would really love to buy that pressure washer from you. And I see you've got it priced there at $600. And can I offer you $500 for it? And Robbie might say, no, it's $600, take it or leave it. And they walk out the door. Or Robbie might say, well, thank you for that $500 offer, and I really do appreciate it. And yes, I can take that $500 offer if I don't have to put in that accessory package with all the different spray knobs and this and that. Or yes, if I can take that package if you'll do the assembly on it. Or he might say, see, that's the yes if. You're answering that offer saying, yes, I can take it, but we need to modify it a little bit. Or in other words, we need to keep talking. Or Robbie might say, no, but. No, I'm sorry, I can't take that offer for $500, but if you'll do an assembly, we might be able to do it. What do you think about that? Or, no, I can't take that offer for $500, but if you don't make us deliver it and you do the delivery, maybe we can do the deal. Now, you see, that brings on somebody has to do some talking. And if you want to have this customer relationship, you and your employees have to have a plan to negotiate or do some bargaining with the customers. What is achieved when you do that? Have you lost any money? No, you haven't lost a penny because you're using yes if to keep the scales balanced on the profit margin. But what are you gaining? You're gaining, number one, a customer that's talking to you. And when they're talking to you, they are enjoying the relationship you have, and there's a good chance they will love coming back because they know that you're just not saying take it or leave it. What else are you gaining? A sale that maybe you wouldn't have got otherwise. What else are you gaining? A customer that goes out in the world and says, man, those people are good to do business with. I don't go back and see them. Yes, if, no, but negotiation helps you keep the game alive while you try to find common ground with your customer. Yes, if, no, but negotiating is the exact opposite of take it or leave it. So how can you play that? What are the most important pages on the internet related to your business? And these are some that I haven't asked y'all to talk to me about or show me, but I'd like for you to take a picture of a screenshot of your mobile pages and email them to me, because your mobile page is the most important page related to you and your business that you have. And some folks don't even know you've got a mobile page. How does your message end up on the telephone? Well, it's not a telephone function. No, it's an internet function. And you design your mobile pages to achieve your objectives. And you want a mobile page that is very powerful and encourages customers to call you right now, or to send you an email right now, or a text message. You want to use your mobile page as a haymaker punch with a customer that's shopping, to hook them like you're fishing, to hook them and start reeling them in. And the mobile page allows you to do that. I'll show you some pictures later, but that is the most important page related to you on the internet. So David and Trucks and Robbie, how does your mobile page look? Because have you worked on that? Did you know that if you haven't worked on it and set up a mobile page, it's just your home page to try to fit onto a phone screen. And usually they are just really sloppy, too big, hard to maneuver, just don't make things happen. So you want to work with a trained webmaster or do-it-yourself to create a mobile page that becomes a real marketing tool. One of my most important tools is my mobile page. The mobile page for Carver Equipment Company brings me customers from all over the United States who are calling me and have no idea where we're located. They may be in California or Washington or Oregon or Utah or anywhere in the Northeast, and by golly, they're calling me and doing business because my mobile page gets them to push the little button and give me a call. I'm not interested in showing them everything else in the world first. I'm interested in letting them know I've got what they want, and they can press a button and buy it from old Steve-O right now, no matter where they are. And there are some tricks. There are some tricks that we can use, and Sarah probably knows lots of these too, but there are some tricks that we can use to help someone that's in San Antonio give Steve-O a call when done, simply because of the SEO methods that I put on my web pages. But your mobile page is so important. So a challenge to you is to take a screenshot of your mobile page and send it to me. Let me take a look at it and let me share it with other people. The second most important pages on the internet, the second most important pages that you must be aware of are, there are a lot of different kinds of web pages. There are web pages that's your home page, maybe that shows everything that you're selling and tells about you, gives a lot of information away. There are web pages that just talk about photos and maybe videos and talk about your recipes or what all you're doing and maybe your history. Very important web pages that have your testimonials on it. But there's one type of web page that is designed to say, give me my money out of your pocket. When that customer lands on a landing page, when your customer lands on a landing page on your website or Facebook or whatever part of the internet it's on, a landing page is designed psychologically from day one with everything about it to get someone to reach in their pocket and send you your money out of their pocket. Now, if I sound like a predator there, an assertive, motivating predator, you're darn right. It's time to get motivated when we get to the landing page, because you have spent time, money, and effort to bring that customer flying in from all over the world to land on that one page at your website where you plan to do some selling. And that needs to be our intent. The way we set it up, the things we say, that how easy we make it work. We give them the opportunity of different options. In other words, you've got a customer that you have never met. They're somewhere way across the world. You'll probably never meet them or see their face. But when they land on your landing page, they know you. They feel you. They maybe see your video. They see your face. And the messages you're sending there, hey, guy, I am hungry for my money. Please you send an order to me, or at least ask for a quotation. Let's get the ball started. That's what a landing page does. And I get so excited about landing pages because it's the difference in making money or not. Now, Sarah will tell us, she's in the Google business, there are millions and millions of websites out here. You've got yours, and a million other people do too. A zillion other people got them. And you know what? There is a real small fraction of all those websites that actually make a penny, that ever get an order, ever get an inquiry, but they're pretty websites. They got lots of information and people singing and lots of flowers, and they do this and that. I mean, you might have a flower farm and you got all your flowers posted up there, but where can someone buy something? And do you make it easier for them to do it? So I'm spending a lot of time on this because I've got some seasoned entrepreneurs here on the screen with me, and I'm glad to have you. But you may be seasoned, but maybe you hadn't given thought to landing pages. And if you do nothing else, these are the two pages we need to put some time to it. We can be so sophisticated and cool and dress up and in style and use all the bells and whistles in the world. We may have Google by the tail. We just know everything there is to know about it and how to make Facebook just hum. But when it gets right down to it, my friends, no matter how sophisticated and cool you are, no matter how savvy you are, there's two things that make a difference in customers coming back. Two basics. And it's been that way since I've been in business and since businesses in general have been around. And just because it's the time of the internet doesn't mean that these factors have diminished a bit. 40% of the reason that customers come back to a provider is customer service. Do you know your product? Is the price good? Are they in a safe environment? If you got a bricks and mortar store, parking good, security good? You got a good inventory, you ship right, you keep your promises. All those are really important things. But you know what? There's something that's 60% of the reason customers come back to you. And that's hospitality. How do they feel about doing business with you? What is that feeling when they hang up the phone or sign off the internet? Hey, man, this was a pleasure. These folks were easy to do business with. I enjoyed talking to them. We're creating a relationship. He remembered my name. She remembered my name and what I bought last time and had a good record of it. I actually pronounced my name correctly. I mean, these people are on the ball. They're old school. So maybe you came to the webinar tonight for a marketing campaign and had no idea that some old codger would be up here teaching old school. Well, I am, and I'm not backing off, because no matter how cool you are otherwise, good customer service and great hospitality will keep customers coming back to you. When you got good customer service and great hospitality, you know what? Folks will let you make a mistake every now and then and not run you down. Folks will understand if you miss changing a price on an internet page. That's a human thing. When you got great customer service and hospitality, the combination of it, then you are mastering relationship building. So put that into your pipe and smoke on it. Now, I've enjoyed talking with David over in the mountains. He's been in the tax prep business for a long time. And you don't talk to him but just a few minutes before you know that he's all about customer service and hospitality. You don't look at Robbie's website and the messages that they're sending out without seeing that him or somebody in his organization is kind of getting it. They're kind of new at it. There's so much room to expand in these two factors, mainly with videos and personal messages on certain products. But it is such a great start. In a truck, by golly, with all your skills and whatever, when you plug in that great big smile you've got and walk around your gardens and talk about the individual things that you're offering and how people can buy them, you're going to start seeing orders come rocketing in. So hospitality is the key. Remember that. I've got a whole webinar I give on the power of hospitality, the incredible power. As I said earlier, this is not the time to procrastinate. Right now, tonight, let's all, me included, get started on our winter marketing planning. Let's get started on our winter marketing. Right now is the time. So I'm giving you in your handouts, study guides, some wonderful information that Abigail, my virtual assistant, put together for us. She shopped the internet and found some really good tips and things that we can put into play. Please tell me that you will read these two handouts, give it a chance to soak in and learn what's going on. The first one is about strategies, how to strategize for holiday season marketing from now at Halloween all the way through the New Year. So thank you, Abigail, for that work you've done for us. And then she's also given us over 100 slogans. Over 100 slogans that she's found related to holiday marketing, starting out with Thanksgiving and the I think it's 4 pages, just keep going on and on and on to give you some slogans that you can include in your advertising and such as that. So I'm giving Abigail credit for these and the place she found them on the internet. We're going to try to do this in the future for each season to talk about them. Next week, we'll focus on these a little bit more. So please, how about going over to your chat button and say, I'm asking you, tell me yes, that you will read these two study guides and give them a chance to help make you money. Just give me a yes in chat. I sure would appreciate it. And then follow through with it this week and this weekend, if you will. Thank you all. We put a lot of work in this. I wish we could have a whole webinar on this, but tonight I'm getting paid to talk about marketing in general, but this is a subject in itself, and these study guides can help you a lot. Again, high performing, low budget. We don't want to try to be everything to every people, but let's get a plan that will make it work. Wow, that's a lot of talking, isn't it? Hey, Cindy, glad to have you with us again. Absolutely. So we've got some new folks on board, and everybody's welcome, of course. Okay, the big question is, talking about marketing, we are one little speck on a global map. I mean, it's a speck so small we can't even pinpoint it, right? when we look at the map in general. And this is the football field we're playing on. This is our playing field. It's the whole world. It's the World Wide Web. And how can we get people from their living room or desktop or laptop or telephone over in Timbuktu to our particular place? It's absolutely mind-blowing that we have that ability to do it. In other words, using the right tools and doing the homework and applying them, we can bring people from all over the world to our little desktop right here in Dunn, North Carolina, or your place right there in Rocky Mount. How do we do that? Let me tell you, how can we bring people right into our town, our county, our office? Well, it's so simple, it's incredible, but it is so complicated, it's unexplainable. But here's what I'm going to try to do to simplify it. You see the black pipe there in the slide? It's like a great big water pipe. And inside that great big pipe, information is flowing back and forth all the time. All types of circuits and networks, I mean zillions of them in that water pipe. And the key for us is to learn how to send messages and receive messages, put it in that mix so that our message gets to the particular customer that's looking for it, or that particular customer finds us. That's our objectives here. And we do it, making it simple now for several different ways that we'll talk about. So I'll start over here on the search engine side. On the left side, we can use search engines and SEO. We can use different power sites. I call them like eBay. We can use social media like some folks are doing. YouTube to do that. Or we can move away from the electronics and move directly to using our raving fan customers. See, our raving fan customers can be just as important a marketing tool as any of these other things are, and sometimes even more so. Maybe you're not into the internet. Well, then your print ads in the paper, on handouts or flyers that you send out can become very important for a particular business. Or we may decide to start moving past just broadcasting information and start doing pay-per-click. What does pay-per-click mean? Pay-per-click is when we say to a provider, I'll pay you X amount of money for every person you get to click on my webpage. In other words, I'm not going to say cheating the game, but we're willing to put our pocketbook where our mouth is and up the ante with pay-per-click. That can be as sophisticated as spending millions of dollars a month, like some big advertisers probably do, to spending $5 a week, like you can do on Facebook by boosting. So pay-per-click is hand in glove with boosting. And lots of other organizations will say, you list down the websites that you want your customers to go to, and we'll steer them right to you. We'll point them to you. Google does that. Other people do it, and there's businesses that do it. It's a good thing, but it's a dangerous thing. You want to tiptoe into pay-per-click real easily, watching your budget, protecting your credit card, understanding, and maybe getting someone to give you some advice. Okay? I don't suggest that anyone goes into pay-per-click or boosting without talking with someone that understands the game. And it might be a friend or a neighbor. It might be someone at Small Business Center, or I'll talk to you about it. But all these different ways are tools that we all can use, put in our website or in our tool belt to help us find customers, but more importantly, to help customers find you. So the question is, what is the best way to find customers? That's the theme for next week's presentation. What's the best way to find customers? And the answer is help them find you. Type that into the chat if you don't mind. Say amen. Help them find you. Why is that important to find out? Because I want your whole marketing logic to be about helping the customers find you. When you have that logic, you're going to become a magnet that customers are bought in to see you. And you're not left out trying to reach out and go out and grab and talk to every person individually. That takes so much time and money and effort. The other way is to help them find you. So that's our objective for the rest of the night, and the theme for next week, and it becomes very, very important. We want to bring them right straight to us. So is there a chance that you're a small business in Eastern North Carolina and you could have the top 10 non-boosted positions on Google about following the things we talk about? The answer is yes. You, right here through these lessons and what you do and setting up, and with it maybe advice from a good webmaster or a Google master, if you've got the vision and the mission and the investment, someone really that knows what they're doing, and you use Look and Hook that we talked about earlier last week, and you're mastering SEO strategies, which we'll get into next week, and indeed you can have the top 18 positions on a Google search. How do I know that? Because I've been there. I've done it. Yeah, we got things set up so that Indeed, and I had to do some pay-per-clicks. I did a lot of strategies, but I was determined to see how many first-place placements I could get on the page when it came up after someone typed in Carver Equipment Company. And indeed, we can make it happen. And we're still making it happen, maybe not in the top 10 or top 20 positions, but we got a good representation. How do you know if you've got work to do? Go to Google, type in your name, type in your business name, type in your main product that you're selling or your main service that you're selling, and see what happens. And if you're not there in the top, on the first page somehow, or at least on the second page somehow, then we got work to do, and you got a lot of opportunities to go there. But you can do it. And this slide that I'm putting up there shows you can, because I did it. So how do you do that? How can you, David, get that exposure you want on the internet? And Robbie, how can you take the great work that you're doing and double and triple the number of views and likes that you're getting? The three keys are set your priorities to work on it. Find the time to do it. And I know how difficult that is. If you haven't got time to do it and you got the resources, hire someone to help you. Learn the skills and do the homework that we're talking about right here. If you're pumping your website or your internet exposure with your mission, vision, and promise statement, with your videos, with your menus, indeed, you're going to start seeing business take off. Now, I talked about a lot, but I want to narrow it down for those of you that just say, Steve, let's simplify this thing. You've talked about so much stuff. Can you kind of put it in a easy to understand package for me so that I can actually do a check off and start? So here it is. Here it is. Identify your profit centers. This is the 5-star sales plan. Identify your profit centers and related sale items. Put them on a list and see how they stack up. What date is the season that these items will start selling best? Identify that date and be determined to get a marketing campaign or an advertising campaign moving forward 60 days earlier than the prime date that people will buy them. 60 days earlier. Why? Remember the 27 times rule? People need to see your ads and reminders that you've got what they need when they need it. Everybody puts off buying things till the last minute, but they're thinking about it. So if I want to buy a brand new special knife for all my grandsons, and I'm already thinking about it, what it is, and then I noticed that at James Freight & Company, they got a fabulous display of special knives, and indeed, that's probably where I'll go shop. And then I see Robbie's ad and presentation, special holiday deals, seasonal deals, and the knives are mentioned. That gets me in the mood, gets me interested in it. So that's why you need to start out 60 days ahead of time. Get your pricing and your discount targeted strategies in place. Develop your upsells ideas, such as if you buy this, we'll throw in this, or if you buy this, it gives you the opportunity to get these other items at a discounted price. Make your YouTube videos and start pumping them. Get your YouTube channel and start pumping them. They will motivate themselves. Did you know that if you've got the right verbiage and name of your YouTube videos, they are affected by the SEO to search engines, just like your web pages and other items. So a simple, short, inexpensive video can become more popular and bring you more customers lots of times than an expensive web page does. So know that's important. The look and hook features we talked about are having items that look good to hold a customer's attention long enough that they will read it and see it. And the hook is to having a call to action in each ad. So now let's post and run and display. Let's put all this in play. Get it active. Get it out of my mind, out of your mind, into the active role, and then send it out there so it can start working for you. That's what a plan does. Keep it simple. You can take this and run with it. Now, let's jump start it. Get your website. Make sure you're mobile friendly and you got landing pages. Make sure they're good so that your mobile page is sending people to your landing pages. Once they get there, it's easy to buy. Get off the butt and get into Facebook. Personal pages and business pages. Get active. Know that your email blast is the best way to send out inexpensive messages to thousands of people. And in those emails, you're going to give them links to the landing pages that you've developed. You're going to give them on that same page a link to the video that promotes the sale. You're going to give them a link to a holiday message that you've got. So these email blasts that you're sending out right now can make a big difference for your Thanksgiving and for your Christmas and your New Year's shopping. Now's the time to get the information out there to them. Excuse the call. So here we go. You might want to use eBay and Craigslist, depending on what products or services you've got, because an inexpensive ad on those two places can send lots of people to your particular landing pages at a very small cost. So sometimes you can get your links to your important pages on eBay or on Craigslist. You can talk about your product or your service, but the main thing in that ad is to put a link in there to bring them to your website. What I don't ever want you to do is to promote other people's websites at your website. A lot of people say how important the links are and the information and such as this. Well, Steve is old school, and I don't agree at all. I try not to send anyone from CarverEquipment.com to anyone else's website. I will send them round robin all over the world within my website. I like to keep them searching from page to page. If they're no search, have them search at your website. The key is, and Robbie's got a website big enough to appreciate this, the links at your website, as long as someone is shopping around on your website, my friend, they are not looking at a competitor. As long as someone is shopping and reading and looking at landing pages at your website, they are not on Amazon.com. So be greedy, be assertive here. Be cool with having your videos and your links and move people around for information at your website and keep them busy, because there's not but a certain amount of time for shopping. Do that. The YouTube channel is a collection of your videos. Start making your videos and put a collection in them, and people that go to your YouTube channel can subscribe, and then when you do new videos all along, they are automatically sent to those people. And you are automatically staying in touch with your Raven fan customers and interested buyers. It's an easy how to explode your business situation. So do that. It's so important. So now, as promised, let's see what time we are here. As promised, with no hunky-dory business about it, I got something for you. And that is, how can you create a raving fan customer? You know, there's all kinds of customers out here. We got dedicated customers, loyal customers, good customers, regular customers, promising customers, sweet customers, demanding customers. But what we want for you, what you want for yourself, is a raving fan customer. That's a particular species of a shopper who does business with you the first time. You create a relationship and they just kind of love what you got going on. And when they leave, whether they purchase from you or not, but when they leave your environment and go out in the world, they are praising your business. They are telling other people that, wow, they got a great inventory and they know their products. I didn't quite find what I wanted today, but I'll go back in the future and do some shopping with them. That's a raving fan customer. And the more of those you have, the better your chance is to have a sustainable business for years and years and years and years. It's about relationship building, but specifically about raving fan customers, and they don't happen by themselves. There's 3 steps that you have to do to nail down and start building your group of raving fan customers. You're creating relationships on here tonight. You notice some of our classmates, some of our family here tonight, that every time I talk to them or ask them a question, their attitude is so positive and they're bringing a good message. They are, from day one, it's just in them. And it's going to be in all of us before we know it. It's just in us to make sure that people feel good about communicating with us and being friends. That's what we have to achieve. That's what we're all after. How do you plant raving fan customer brain seeds? You ever heard of a brain seed before? Well, I don't get a little graphic here, so give me a little latitude, because I don't know where your raving fan customers are. Where are they hiding? They're out there, and we're looking for them. You're doing everything you know you're supposed to do, but you hadn't found them yet, have you? Where are those raving fan customers? Well, I'm going to tell you, you haven't created them yet, but they're out there. So how do you do it, Steve-O? Well, we got to plant these seeds. So being graphic, it's kind of like taking a shovel and just digging a hole in somebody's head. That's step number 1. You gotta be serious about it. You got to keep it on your mind. So I want this to be graphic enough that you're going to remember planting brain seeds is a real physical thing that we're going to do. So we're going to open up that brain and sprinkle brain seeds right down inside of it, just like they're little Rice Krispies. Just going to shake them down and let them fall down. And after they go down there, that's an important thing to do, because you know what? The first step is, when we're putting those seeds down, is something that we say. Something that we say. Pay attention. Say, uh-huh. Okay. You must say, I'm going to do everything I can to see that you are 100% satisfied with our products and services. When's the last time a business owner or a salesperson said that to you? Just volunteered it. I'm going to do everything I can to see that you're 100% satisfied with our products and services. Maybe never has anyone said it to you, and if it has, it's very rare. But here's what I'll promise you. When you say that to a customer, they remember it, because it's new. And that's just the first sentence. That's kind of planting the brain seeds. But how are we going to cover these brain seeds up and pat it down so they'll start growing? We do that by saying one more sentence. And that other sentence is, you're going to be so pleased that you chose us to do business with that you'll want to tell your friends and your family they ought to come here and shop as well. I don't do everything I can to see you're 100% satisfied with our products and service. And I know that you're going to be so pleased that you'll want your family and friends to come and do business with us, and you'll tell them that. If you can put that message into your presentations, if you can put that meaning into your presentation, you might use some different words as long as that same meaning is there, then by golly, you're going to be making an impact that you've never made before with potential customers. And it's real. I use these 2 sentences in every quotation I send out to new and old customers. In other words, if an email goes out from Carver Equipment Company, it's got this message right in there. And I get so many positive results back from it. And right under this, and after I give my address and sign my name, we list down our mission, vision, and promise statements right under it, small letters, on every email that goes out. And we'll send out, on average, 500 emails a week, probably. That message goes out. Why am I so dedicated to it? Because those messages to customers that have seen it time after time, they know it's true. And they don't mind becoming a Raving Fan customer for you. There's a third step that we need to do to get these brain seeds really growing and making things work and bringing us together. But that's the way that we do it. That's the way you plan them. So what is this marketing plan that we want to talk about? When are you successful in a marketing plan? And I will say things here that are a lot different from what other coaches or teachers might say. Because I know that we work really hard to put together a marketing and advertising plan that does all these things over on the right-hand side. We check off all these blocks. We do everything that we're talking about. We learn things, we learn skills, we get our products ready to go, and we're ready to sell something. We have a grand opening, and the customers come in, and we start selling, and we start depositing, and we say, man, I am good at what I'm doing. My marketing plan is working great. Amen, 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 amen. But Papa Steve-O is here to remind you, no, no, no. You're just halfway home. Getting the customer to come in and buy or talk to you is halfway of a successful marketing plan. The rest of the story is, and here's what I want you to remember, my wonderful class. Your plan worked when it brought them in to buy or to talk to you. But the plan is made to keep on working. Because after you make the sale or meet this customer, even if they've left and didn't buy from you, that's when you know that you have got to get their contact information so you can stay in touch with them in the future of your business. The future of your business demands that you start building a contact list, a database of people that you can stay in touch with and send out that fresh bait, those continuous promotions, and keep reminding them that you're hungry and remind them to please tell other people about you. That's when the Golden Goose marketing plan kicks in, when you feed that information into your database to give you the opportunity to touch them again in the future. But the magic marketing moment, say that with me, magic marketing moment, magic marketing moment is our goal for tonight's lesson. Because the magic marketing moment in the Golden Goose marketing plan is when you follow up. And follow up is as important a key as everything else. Whether you made the sale or you didn't make the sale, following up to remind that customer that you want them to be 100% satisfied. You see, we've gone full circle. And when you might remind them that you want them to be 100% satisfied, two things happen. It's like we are watering those Raving Fan brain seeds. Two things happen. The first thing is a human nature thing kicks in, that if you do something good or you make a promise to someone and you fulfill it, the other person is obligated to do their share. Nothing's ever has to be said. It's just the human nature about it. And when you mention 100% satisfied to that customer when you're following up, it kicks in with them about the statements you made when you first met them, or what you sent to them in the email about being 100% satisfied. And they will automatically, by human nature, if they got a good beating heart and a brain that's working, will start becoming a Raving Fan customer because you did what you said you would do. That's number one. The second important thing that happens in the magic marketing moment this is your golden goose opportunity to say to that customer with your pen and your pad in hand, because you're taking notes. Now, when did you plan to buy that other implement you were talking about? Or what is the next thing you're going to need for your project? Did you tell me your sister was thinking about doing this or that? And who is it in your neighborhood that might need my services? Or as you were shopping with us, did you notice that maybe if I added another product here, another product, what are those other things that I might need to start selling to improve my profit centers so I can say them by the way more often? I'm not saying that you're pumping. I'm not saying that you're trying to overreach. I am saying that you are being assertive, because you're asking that customer to give you information that tells you what's next. And if you're taking that information from them, no matter how big or small, and considering how to put that into your structured marketing plan of things to consider for the future, things to stock for the future, things to start promoting more, then you're going to know what's next month, next week, next year. You don't get this information just by daydreaming or trying to find a crystal ball out there. Your crystal ball is the people that you're talking to. And they will enlighten you into what's good and what's not, what you need to do. Once you say, I wanted to make sure you're 100% satisfied, the key opens up. They will talk to you, my friend. I've had so many customers through the year, especially when I had my bricks and mortar business. When the customers would come down from out of town to buy something and go eat lunch and meet somebody at the lunch table that was in town to buy something from the John Deere dealership. I was a Kubota dealer. And they'd tell them, well, you might want to check with old Steve-O. And probably no less than 20 to 30 times through the years, one customer would literally bring another customer back to our store, and I'd close the deal with someone that came to town to buy from someone else because of the raving fan customer syndrome. It's real. Give it a try. If two things three things can make a major difference for you, it's understanding raving fan customers and how to use them. It's by the way, using by the way. And lastly, is what you're doing with your mobile page. Those are so darn powerful. You actually makes the dollars and cents roll up in your sales records. So be serious about that. So what does a good marketing plan tell you? What's next? How do you get that information? You enjoy the magic marketing moment. Make sure the customer is 100% satisfied with following up. And then the information they give to you, you put it to work. But at the sale, at the first contact, you are trained. Part of what you're doing is every time you can, you're adding an email address to your database with everyone you talk to. That's exactly right. Then you start using it and sharing information with them. So I'm going to ask y'all right now, if now you can put it in the chat board. If you would like for me to share your email address with everyone else in our class, I'll be glad to do that. And then I would like for you to send everyone else in the class a little intro about you and your business, as if you're sending it to a new customer, because you know what? These may be new customers for you. They may be long-term friends for the future. So if you would like for me to share your email address of the people in our class and folks that have been in our class for the last few months, I'll be glad to do that. It's a super networking practice opportunity for all of us. What's next? Why do we want to know what's next? So we don't lay our head on our pillow at night and wonder if we can be in business next week or next month, because things are slow. And that happens all the time in entrepreneurship. Business seems to come in big spurts, and then there'll be times it's just dry, and it scares you. It's very scary. Or if you're in the business that trucks in, by golly, the weather may just be awful. The season may be awful. The storms may come through, and there's always things that will go wrong and make you feel bad. But a good marketing plan teaches us how to structure our business so we can keep on trucking. So very important. So, turn the page. I want to move into some graphics here and say to you that the way we think about our marketing plan is just not all pencil and paper and doing this and doing that. I want you to have an umbrella of, man, this feels good. This is a good artsy thing. I want it to be a work of art. If I don't do this, I want it really to look good so that we can have that look and hook mood. I also want to tell you that other people are interested in selling you advertising. And I'll say to you, and I say to it when I'm teaching those particular people the same thing, who is the worst person you can take advertising advice from? Who is the worst person you can take marketing advice from? And I'll say to you right here without any reservation, it's the person trying to sell you that advertising. It's the person trying to sell you that advertising. So, Sarah, I'm not talking about you now. That may be what you do at Google. But listen close here, because those people are trying to make sure that a company makes a profit. That's what they do. That's what I'd do if I was selling advertising. But the profit they're looking for is for which company is their company, right? Their plan, their objectives, their menus are all about their company making profit. Now, I'm not saying they're bad people, but I am saying this. When you're putting together a plan, spending your money, marketing and advertising money is hard to come by. It's hard to come by. And a lot of people in the big advertising world kind of treat this money like, hey, man, this is the Super Bowl. It's a fun thing. It's okay to spend a lot of money on advertising because you don't get so much money coming back in. And that is BS. Those advertising dollars you're blowing, you had to work hard to sell the stuff to earn that profit dollar after all your other bills was paid. So do not blow your advertising and marketing money lightly. Do not do it. We want a low-cost, high-performance budget. Now, the pros are going to come at you with plans. You do this and you spend this much money. You spend more money, you'll get more of this, and I like that. Those are good because that's bundling. That's what I'm teaching y'all to do. But here's the key. Here's where the rubber meets the asphalt. You put your plan together first that suits your budget. And then when these professionals come to you or you reach out to them for help, and oftentimes I'm mentioning to you, we need help sometime. You ask them that this is the budget I've got to work with. How can you help me get started? And I want you not to take my money unless you feel good about me getting a return on that investment that we can document. Can you show me that I'm getting a return on my investment? And there are some pros out there and people selling these products that understand how to say yes to those answers. They're pros. They're people that have done their homework. They are indeed about creating a relationship to keep you working with you for years. And then there's some other folks that don't know beans about pickles. All they got is the menu like I've got on the screen here, and you work within that menu and budget, or take it or leave it. See what I'm saying? The pros will find a way to work within your budget, big or little. And then you start a relationship, and you monitor it, and you go from there. That's smart. That's smart. Don't blow money because it feels good at the time. You're better off to keep your money in the bank and use these basics that we're talking about through the internet and SEO. More than ever, I will say to you, forget, take it or leave it, find another option to go. The 27 times rule will remind you again, no matter how good you are at your ads, people are going to want to see them 9 times, and they'll miss it 2 out of 3 times. So when you're setting up an ad campaign, 27 times rule is a good idea. If you are doing, this is when I talk about 2 different words. We got marketing, which is the long term, the big picture, what we keep on doing all the time. What we keep on doing all the time. And Sarah, this is a good pitch, and if you can understand this, it will really help your customers. You want to have a continuing flow of small ads, good messages going out to your customer base all the time to remind them that you are here on Monday through Sunday. You're hungry. You plan to be here as long as they are alive, and you are an established business and got good products. And you do that with low-cost marketing and advertising expenses. I use the example here that I used to set up an actual 27 space chart, and I'll look at what my ads are running, low-cost ads. And these are type of ads like you might say you're boosting on Facebook, or you're doing some Google placement ads, or some just ads in the local newspaper, or signage, or money that you're spending at your website. But anyway, you know that you're continually sending out messages that tell the general public, your general customer base, targeted when you can, that you're here and alive. Why is that? Because this low-cost continuous advertising conditions their mind that you are real, you're here, I can trust you, and these ads, these low-cost ads, condition your customers to be ready for your big specials that you're going to come forward with from time to time. These are the kind of ads that remind you that, hey, you're in good hands with Allstate, right? These slogans that are used all the time, that Goodyear and the insurance companies use all the time. Those are small, inexpensive ads, but every now and then they'll come forward with a longer ad that's promoting a certain product that they are targeting at a certain time. So the other option is, well, first of all, that plan was costing me $270 for this campaign. $270. I had $5 ads and $15 ads. I spent them all. I spent $270 in that 27 plan. Now I've got a big deal coming up. It's a holiday, and I want to promote something really special, really big, and I want to get the message out there with some photos and larger ads and maybe some videos, and spend some extra money in bigger, prettier ads, or pay for clicks. So now the ads for this 27 plan is $55 cost and $125 cost. And I'm going to put that plan out there with those big ads, and I'm going to spend $2,465. I'm not. And I don't have that kind of money to spend on one campaign for the profit margins I'll get. But that's what I'd have to do for a 27 times plan, $2,400. And some people do that. Some ad executives will sell you that plan knowing damn well that you can never recoup your money. But Papo Steve-O here has got an alternative for you. If you had those cheap ads going all the time, they are conditioning your customer for the main thing, which is acceptance. Then you can feed in these expensive ads to get your targeted message to your customers. If you've got your smaller ads running all the time, when you start feeding in your big ads, they are accepted because the customers know that you are real. I can trust what I see. There's a good chance that whatever you're offering is the real deal, and there's a good chance you'll get just as much exposure and a lot more performance with these two plans than you would have just by waiting and not doing anything till you put the big ads out there. Running one ad at a time is wasting money usually. Running 3 ads at a time is a lot better chance of customers seeing it. But if you don't have a customer continuing base, conditioning them to look for your ads and accept them, they won't accept it until 27 times later, and that's a long time. Like, just for example, if you're running an ad 27 times weekly, that'd take 6 months to run. Yeah. Now, think about this. When we interject our larger ads with our regular smaller ad campaign, we don't spend but $750. And that is $1,700 saved compared to the other way. So give that some thought, see how you can make it work. In summary, by keeping a good flow of regular small ads going out to your customer base. And that could be direct mail that you're sending out. That could be videos that you're sending out. But staying in touch on a regular basis means that when you come forward with your targeted ads that you really want to promote for a certain season or something new that you're bringing to the marketplace, you can come forward and show those big ads and they will be accepted and read. When you take folks like Robbie at James Trading Company, and I want to invite y'all to visit that website and look at it, they're sending out a constant, continuing message that we're here, we're alive, we'll be here the next season and the next year, and when I come forward with a sale deal, it'll be for real. And he'll be able to advertise those type of targeted advertisement for 1 compared to 27 times and to be effective. That's why it's good to stay in the game. Okay? This is real time, real life, right now. This is what's happening today. So I'm starting my tiller sales this year. This is the one I did last year. I'm going to revamp this, put some holiday messages on it, and start pumping that. I'll send y'all some copies of it. It's time to get in the game. It's time to get with your Facebook targeted ads and do some boosting if you want to. Put your photos and your initials out there. Make your Facebooks work. This is one of our Facebook pages. Lots of pictures, lots of information about things that you're selling. Be vivid. Don't hold back. The more colors you use, the better off you are. Now, I want you to notice here on this tiller page ad, I want you to notice that I have used the word gear drive and tiller and tractor time after time after time. When you're creating a text type ad, fill it up with repeat text words that you think the customers will be using in the search engine. The more times you include the text on your page, the content on your page, the better the chance the search engines will find it and send customers to you. In other words, I've got those extra words repeated time after time for a reason, and the reason is to encourage the search engines to find me before they find my competitors. Boost the post when you're ready to do it. Remember that boosting is a way that you can use pay-per-click, but what it is, especially with a new company or a new product, it helps you get into places that you probably wouldn't get otherwise. And with Facebook, you can control the amount of your budget very, very easily, and maybe not as effective as you would be at Google and some other pay-per-click places, but it's a good place to learn about boosting. Remember, your marketing campaign is no better than your database, and I consider that an email blast. So let's just clear the air. Sometimes customers, students will say to me, Steve, I don't want to be a part of spam mail. I get so much spam email every day. It just clutters my day, and all I have to do is delete all this stuff, and it's just a pain in the butt. Well, it's okay if you feel that way. Sometimes I have the same feeling, but I'm going to tell you that you get used to it and start to love sending out email through MailChimp or some other places, so that people that don't want your email, they can unsubscribe. But you want to keep on pumping that news out there. You want to keep adding to your email list and growing it, because every time that customer opens an email, it's going to see a link to a landing page or a video to help you sell something. And it costs you a fraction of a penny to send it. So it's the least expensive way. Email, database email, is the least expensive way that you can get your message on the computer screen of a potential customer. When they open the email, they're just one click away from your landing page, and that means one click away from helping you make some money. So being assertive here, yeah, get into the email business. Very important for you. Make sure that you're sending out ads that are effective. You can add a lot of information, lots of colors, put the message that you want there. Don't overdo it. but send good messages that will help people want to follow up. Lots of colors, lots of options, and down at the bottom, lots of links. Remember what I said earlier? The more links you can put in your email and on your web pages that keep people running around in your website, keeps them time-wise from being on somebody else's website. Do not refer customers from your website to someone else's. That's like you're paying money to bring them in, and then you're kicking them out to somewhere else. Once they leave your environment, your chance of getting a dollar out of them is gone. So be fair to yourself with that. Give them lots of opportunities to click in your emails or to click on your web pages to send a questionnaire to you. Every web page you have should have a place that a customer can click on very easily. And on my web pages, I try to have at least 3 places they can click on to send me an email. You have to generate that mail and request for information to you. Promote that you're a great place to do business. Promote that you can ship nationwide. If you're a veteran, promote that you're a veteran-owned business. And if you're not a veteran-owned business, promote that you really support and appreciate veterans. That can generate good press for you. Have a mailing plan. Doing these emails is not something that we would just say, okay, I need to send this out, and this out, and this out on certain days or certain weeks. We need to be more structured than that. So listen very close now. It's important when your emails go out. Depending on your customer group, your target customer group, you may have groups of people that it's important that you send them emails on Monday, or it's important that they get their emails at noon. You know, everyone opens up their business at different times and listens to mail. And if you're thinking that your group of customers probably will open up their new email about noontime, and all the email that came in before then is considered old news, and they just may delete it or spam it out. But the items that are coming in new, they're important and most likely to get read. So you'll want to time your emailing at certain times of the day for whatever. Now remember, we said the 27 times rule. When I'm planning an email campaign, I immediately have the number 6. In other words, I don't send the same email to my customer database 6 times, the exact same email. So you may be saying right now, well, good gracious, Steve, that's going to be so boring to your customers getting messages from you all the time. They're just alike. No. I've got enough profit centers that I can have altogether different messages on different products that I can send these customers an email every day, and it'll be a different product and a different message. I don't send them stuff every day, but during this winter campaign, I won't miss it much. But I'll take that one product, that one email, and then go ahead and plan a whole several months in advance when I'm going to send them and what time of day, and mix it up. Don't do them all the same way. You're just guessing here. So mix up what you got going on, and that's improving your chances to hit pay dirt when you send these emails out. Now, if you're doing it yourself or using MailChimp or some other email service, you can do this months in advance, and automatically things go out. Plus, you can update your email list with these services very easily. I didn't use these services like MailChimp, and there's several others out there until this year. My main logic was the old-timer logic. I am not going to share my email addresses with anyone. Those people will sell them to my competitors, and they'll be prostituted. Well, let me tell you, there are guidelines that protect you, I'm told, and I haven't had any trouble at all. Plus, when you send these emails to the professional services, they weed through them. If it's bad email addresses, they automatically take them out. If people send in and say they want to unsubscribe, that's done automatically. So it's a good service and incredibly low cost. Incredibly low cost. You pay a monthly fee, something like $50 to $70 a month for your entire mailing list. My mailing list is in the 4,000 addresses range. And then every time you pay a flat fee subscription, then every time you send out an email, there's a real small fee, $3 to $10 fee for each time that you send out a list. But that is a lot of messages going out on a regular basis and really create some good replies, provided the emails that you're sending out, the advertisements, are look and hook. It is top quality, good information, and there's a hook there that encourages people to answer it right back. If you're watching your responses come back and you see those hooks working, you'll know which ads are working and which ads are not. So timing is very important. Google Ads, your business on Google is right up there with one of the top, easy, inexpensive things that you can do, and I really want you to do that. I'd like for each one of you to send me a copy of my business on Google page and your account, so I can share it with other people. This is what it would look like over here is my ads. But here you can have images there, you can have your videos, directions, reviews, lots of good information that you can do there. You can put pictures up, have your business on Google account. It's a good investment for you. You can put up scores of photos of your products and talk about your services there, so don't miss the opportunity. It's a key ingredient for a low-cost, high-performance marketing plan. YouTube's, there's no other product, no other tool that you can have today that will bring you business tomorrow, provided you get that YouTube on the internet. Because if you've got it worded and named right with your search engines, the YouTube videos are bringing in traffic that's unbelievable, just as much so as any other search engine tool that you might use. Free. Your face, your voice, your products, you're in control. And every time you send a video out there with a different name on it that relates to a different search term, more and more people will start seeing it. This is on my plan for the next 2 weeks, big time. Now, we talked about that 27 times rule, but let's get serious. There's something that absolutely destroys the 27 times rule. All that planning to get all those messages out to our customers on a continuing basis so they will accept it. The 27 times rule is a good marketing strategy. It's powerful. It's worked for me a long time, and it's saved me tons of money. But there's something that blows it away. What would you guess blows away the 27 times rule? Type in the chat there. There's one thing that just blows it away. Anybody got a clue to what it is? What would you guess? And we've talked about it a lot tonight. What is the marketing powerful tool that blows away the 27 times? Got some question marks? Anybody? Well, the answer is not going to surprise you. One raving fan customer blows away the 27 times rule. Because, let me ask you, Sarah, you and I are good friends, and we enjoy going out and eating seafood, right? I mean, I like seafood, and I just love it. And sometimes when you find a new restaurant, you tell me about it. And if I come across a good place, I'll let you know. And I just called you and told you about this new place I found that has the best oysters and sides and all, and the price was reasonable. The service was great, and you just got to try it. Well, let me ask you, you don't have to hear that message 27 times or 9 times. Nah. The 27 times rule is blown away with a raving fan customer because they can mention it one time, and that customer will go to that restaurant. One time. So, yeah, we can spend a lot of time with these sophisticated 27 times and 9 times and 3 times rules, and they are important and they are valuable. But getting back to the basics, Creating the raving fan customer is the number one thing that you and I can continue to do to give us stability in our business. And we have to know it and think about it and create that relationship. And it gets back to customer service, the power of hospitality, and the planting the brain seeds. And what were the three ways that we planted the brain seeds? We say, I am so glad to see you. I'm going to do all I can to see that you're 100% satisfied. And you're going to be so happy you did business with me that you're going to send your friends and family here to do it. And then I'm going to follow up to make sure that you're 100% satisfied and then experience the magic marketing moment. What can we sell you in the future? What do I need to have in stock? What do I need to do to improve my business? Creating raving fan customers is a powerful thing to do and so very important. So what's your story? Include your story in when you're talking about, because when people know more about you and you're honest and you're transparent, it changes the way they feel, the way they think, the way they act, the way they do everything related to business. Be a person, be friendly, show the good sides, show what you've been up to, tell your history, show us some videos, talk about things you can. Yeah, I started my lawn mowing business by pushing a lawnmower, and then you know what? I had a company called Commercial Lawn Masters that mowed over 3,000 apartments a week for 12 years. I know what lawn mowing is all about because I started when I was young pushing that mower. True story. That's the true story I can tell. Tell me, what's got you here today? Why are you here? What are you interested in? Be a part of what it is. I want to see some photos that are sending messages like you about your business. Okay? You get into it. Miko, you sent me some good pictures, and that was good. Now let's up to Annie. Let's up to Annie and do more of them. And you know what? Maybe you don't want to do a live video of yourself, but you can do a video showing a slideshow just like I do here, and your voice can be in the background or maybe just down in the corner like it is when you're watching my webinars here. You don't have to go Hollywood on it, but you can get that good message out there just with good photographs that you go through slides. This story here is kind of special to me. What's the story here? We've got this gentleman out here selling fresh eggs for 50 cents. There's a few messages in this photograph. Notice on the photograph, it looks like we've got 5 or 6 dozen empty crates there. So apparently he's already having a pretty good day, and he's still got, looks like 4 dozen left here, selling for 50 cents. He's out there. He's got the sign. He's dressed nicely. He's in business to do business. He is not back at home on the back porch talking about how bad business is. He's out there to do business. Are you out there to do business? Are you in the game? Or are you still sitting in the rafters, still in the cheap seats way up, watching other people play? This gentleman's in the game. Now, I'll tell you a little story that came along with this photograph. He was sitting out there, and this lady came by, pulled up in her BMW, got out and came up and looked at his eggs and looked at him and said, you know what? I'll buy all those other eggs there from you. I'll clean you out if you'll sell them to me at half price. I'll clean them out if you'll sell them to me at half price. What's your initial feeling when you hear that story? She was making him a great offer, helping him move forward, giving him a chance to sell out and go on home. You know what affected me with that? I get my logic that she was trying to do her best to take advantage of the situation there. And I usually don't look to the negative, but I just, as a business person, have to kind of size this up. The BMW sliding in there, she could have offered him as low as those cars are, could have offered to buy him out for the 50 cents a piece, the price he was acting, and probably give him a little bonus tip too. There are people that will do that. A lot of people. And there are people that will say, thank you for it is, and I don't need them all, but I'll be glad to pay you 50 cents, and maybe give them a little tip too. But when you're working with a brand new entrepreneur trying to make ends meet and maybe make enough money to buy medicine, be a giver and not a taker. I want members of the Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates to be the people that would go there, pay them a real fair price, and even give them a little bonus and a good word. Ask him if he needs a ride somewhere. When you're that type of person, you'll always find people that will like you, have relationships with you, and become good customers and raving fan customers. This may be me or you sitting out there. We don't know what God's plan is for our entrepreneurship, right? But I've got as much respect and love and know that this gentleman here has the same feelings I have about trying to keep my business alive. Please try to find that in your heart in the way that you think about doing business. We're all in the same game, and we need to help each other any way we can. Tell your story. And this is a story of a lady that's been to my classes in Clinton. She's opened up her second store in downtown Clinton, and I'm so proud of her and her family. I've seen people in the small towns make things work and keep on growing, so it can be done. Remember, the two words are marketing and advertising. Marketing is like salt. It's cheap. We spread it around on everything. It helps preserve things. Marketing will help preserve your business for a long time at a low price. But when we need to put special messages out there with targeted advertising, it's like pepper. We don't need to overdo it. We need to watch our budgets, be specific with it, and make sure that we're getting a return on that. Marketing is like salt. Advertising is like pepper. The advertising bill will always be a piece of the marketing pie. So when you're doing your budget for your business plan, the marketing budget will always be bigger. Marketing long-term, advertising short-term. What experiences can you do today that we're getting started? One, be aware of your mission and vision statement. Be aware that you want a cell phone number related to your business so you can take text messages. Know that DBAs are going to be really important, and next week we're going to dive in on those. How can you use DBAs? Have you got your menu of products and services? Have a good list of frequently asked questions related to your products. Have an internet presence with Facebook and web pages. Again, your message on your sale page is so very important. I like to have the logic that all prices are negotiable and keep that logic instead of not doing it. Now, I haven't asked you to do it until now, but every one of you needs a business card. Maybe every one of you already have it. Please email me a copy of your business card. I'd like to share it with everybody, and we'll talk about what we see and have a learning experience with it. Here's a copy of my business card. I'll be glad to share it with everybody. Promotional brochures. Go ahead and think about doing a brochure because it'll come in handy for you with your web pages, with your flyers that you send out, with your messages for your direct mail. Do some web pages. Lots of color, lots of information. You're not wasting any time because everything in it you can use as promotion lots of places. Next week, we're going to talk about having actual target customer groups so that we don't waste any money. Do your videos, your introduction videos, so important. Please accept my challenge to do an introduction video and send it in, and like Truck did, and with her videos. Looking forward to getting them from all of you. We all need them. We all need them. You can do it. There's no doubt about it. Remember, the ×3 for pricing your products is a good way to get started. I'm jacking it up now because I know we're running out of time. So, setting the stage for next week. You remember this fella, Bubba Blue? Well, he's the Forrest Gump companion in Vietnam. And Bubba Blue taught me a lot of years ago all about DBAs. Now, how in the world does that work? because Bubba Blue in that movie, if you've seen it, knew all the different ways to name how customers might want to buy shrimp. All the different ways you could order shrimp. And I'll take this right now to class with you on DBA saying that if a customer wants coconut shrimp, that's what they're going to search for. They're not going to search for shrimp. They want coconut shrimp, right? And if you've got a web page or web pages that are full of text and full of content about coconut shrimp, then that customer is going to come to your web page instead of all the other shrimp pages on the internet. We'll use that to the nth degree in every type of thing that people can call your products. Most advertising doesn't work, my friends, so we're going to be smarter and put that look and hook test with everything. Have the look and the hook, which is a call to action. We want to look good, and we want to have that call to action that says, come on today, let's do some business. Come on now, this deal's going to die on you. That's an important ingredient in your ads. So let's plan to put that in there. Call to actions could be discount coupons or termination dates, things like that, something that motivates people. In the holiday season, all of you listen close, you automatically got a call to action because people want to shop before certain days to give gifts and presents. So get into the mindset, how can I promote what I'm selling that someone would buy as a gift to give to someone else? I'll do that with my farm equipment. And through the years, I've had lots of wives and sons or families buy their dads or their granddads an implement from me and have me to ship it into someone for a Christmas gift or a holiday gift. There's lots of opportunities for you to be something special. And we're going to target specific buyer groups. And so be thinking about what groups of folks will become your most important customers that we send information to. Maybe teachers, and maybe people that work at the hospital, it's whatever. Know that your business and the internet, they're together now. It's 2024 and 25. Are you really thinking about maxing out what you're doing on the internet? That mobile sale page we'll jump into next week. What does yours look like? Let me challenge you to send me a copy of your mobile page. My business at Google, landing pages, testimonial pages, YouTube, certain publications that may be very, very good for you, and then wrapping it up now. A reminder, September 24th is a good day for you to start the advertising that you're going to really want in play on the last week in November at Thanksgiving. So think about that and be putting your ads together, use the information I've sent to you. There's a lot of help there. All this clutter and all this chatter, I have to bring it back to the most important thing that we've talked about tonight. As we hang up, I want you to remember this more than anything else. The Golden Goose marketing structured plan is all built to help you know at the end of the day that you've satisfied the customer and that you've got their information in your database. But more than anything else, you have positioned yourself for a magic marketing moment, and that's when that customer says, I am 100% satisfied, and starts telling you what you need to know for your next time in business, the information they share with you. A professional salesperson will not leave a conversation without asking, so what's next? When should I call you back or be in touch with you or send you a quotation? That's the way you want to end your conversations. Okay, the magic marketing moment. Next week, how to find, attract, and keep customers. How do we find customers? We help them find you. Thank you so much. I've done a lot of talking tonight. Thank you for staying with me and listening. I appreciate it. The video tomorrow, you'll be able to stop it and look at these slides that I went through so quickly. But mainly, remember that magic marketing moment and creating those raving fan customers and helping each other. Being the best person you can be, that'll help you be the best business person you can be. Let your light shine. God bless you. Stay warm and stay dry this weekend. I hope to see you next week. Any comments? I'd love to hear from you.
You gave a lot of great information tonight, Steve.
Well, thank you, Sarita. It's always good to have you on board. And I notice you're taking a lot of it in.
Yeah.
We got a great class of folks here that have really been working hard, and hopefully we can help that business grow for everybody. All right. Well, God bless you all. Have a great week. Keep the homework coming in. I want to see some videos from you. I want to see some business cards from you and some mission, vision, and promise statements just from one or two. Y'all take care. God bless you.